This is the Board of Zoning Appeals, December 27, 2011. I call this meeting to order. All members are present, so we do have a quorum. We do not have the minutes of the previous meeting. They have not been recorded as yet. I will make a motion to defer them, reading them until our next scheduled meeting. Do I hear a second?
Second.
There is a second. All in favor, signify by say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? So be it. We have our schedule for this evening. There is no old business. We do have some new business. Our new business, item number 1 here, in accessory building variance, property located at 141 Campbell Place, 18H Group E, Parcel 7, property owned by Michael D. Ragsdale. Kristen, may we have your report, please?
Certainly. Members of the board, we have received a request from Mr. Ragsdale to put up a 2-car garage in the back of his building, in the back of his dwelling at 141 Campbell Place. This was his request letter. He has a 1,025 square foot house. He would like to construct a 2-car garage for some additional storage. This is the zoning here. You can see it's all residential. Here's some of the parcels. Most of the dwellings on this street, and his is in the middle here, have garages, carports, storage sheds, and most of the other dwellings on Campbell Place are a little bit larger than his. They're about 1,500 square feet. He has requested a variance because the garage he wants to build is 24 by 24, which comes to 576 square feet. He also has a storage shed on the property. You can see it, let's see, right there, and that is a 10 by 16, which is 160 square feet. Now, the zoning ordinance per 3.100 Part E only allows, I'll read it to you, total accessory use in residential areas shall be limited to covering no more than 1/2 the size of the principal use on any lot. This is the proposed garage that he would like to build. Now, since his dwelling is only 1,025 square feet, he's limited to 512 total accessory structure. And he had a carport as well as another 8x8 shed that he has removed. He would like to keep the 10 by 16 shed and also have the garage. So that would require him to get a variance of 224 square feet to be able to have the garage and the storage shed. Since he has somewhat of a slightly smaller dwelling than the rest of the dwellings on the street, it seems that it would be in keeping with the surrounding houses. They all have similar structures. It wouldn't be out of character for the residential area. So that's why he has applied for the variance.
You said that he's going to keep the present dwelling there?
The house, sure.
The house is going to stay there, but
Yes.
the small shed in the back is going to be removed?
He has removed an 8x8 shed. He wanted to keep the 10 by 16.
That shed right there.
Yeah,
He wants to keep that one?
He wants to keep that one right there, and then put in the garage behind.
Does he want to keep that one at that location, or does he want to move it and put the garage there? Do you know?
He did not indicate. I believe he was going to leave it there.
Yeah,
Is that correct?
Put the garage next to it.
Next to it.
Okay.
So,
Okay. Thank you. Is there a representation here from the party today? Would you take the stand here, please? Would you raise your right hand, please?
Yes.
Do you swear that your testimony will be the truth and nothing but the truth?
I do.
State your name and address.
Michael D. Ragsdale, 141 Campbell Place.
Okay, thank you. You may make your presentation.
I had a carport out there, and it just, it looks messy. And, I had lawnmower equipment and all that out there, so, I like a little cleaner look. And so I removed that, plus the small shed, and you know, the larger one is, I paid a lot of money for it. It's a nice shed. And so, you know, this will allow me to clean up the yard, and also, you know, with a small house, storage is at a premium, so
Right.
I could use that. I've got one bedroom with exercise equipment and stuff, and I really need to make it back into a bedroom and put that out there. My daughter is state champ in gymnastics, and she wants to put a beam out there and practice her gymnastics out there too.
Now, is this the daughter that greeted me when I was over there today?
It was, in the pajamas.
In her pajamas. She kept the dog quiet. Okay. Does the board membership have any questions?
Christian, could I just put up the plan view again? If you would just explain where you plan to put the garage at, just if you would.
I'm sorry.
Where you're going to plan to put the garage at, and
Where?
yes, in location to that picture.
Well, it's right next to the building that's already there. I have a hard time. I messed up. Okay, so this is the existing shed. So it would go right here.
Okay, so at the back of the lot.
Yeah, it's at the back of it.
Okay.
Yeah, I've cleared, you know, a lot of trees out there. It was overgrown, and I've spent a couple years getting that all squared away, and you know, because I don't want the building to get all messy, you know. And so, you know, I've trimmed the trees and got rid of some trees and cleaned it all out. It's a nice level lot back there, so you know, there shouldn't be any problems as far as construction. And, you know, I picked a garage. The door's going to have some glass in it, what's called a sunburst. I thought that would, you know, look nice. And plus the little window above it. And, you can't tell there. I'm going to do it in kind of a tan and white, trimmed in white, instead of just all one color. I think that'll add to it. And then the building next to it is also trimmed in kind of a cream, so
Be consistent.
match.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
I'd like for Mr. Ragsdale to know, you do have a 10-foot minimum for mini,
Yeah.
okay? Just didn't
Yeah.
want that to surprise you.
Yeah, and yeah, I've talked with the contractor about that, and
Okay.
so we should be good.
Any other questions? The garage, it looks like you could probably put in pull-down stairs too for additional storage up above.
It is, you know, I'm gonna, I'll end up putting electrical in it, and I'll end up, you know, flooring that and putting a pull down in it. I'm gonna have to kind of do a little bit at a time.
Sure.
So.
I'll make the motion that this variance be approved. Is there a second?
A second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? None. It's unanimous. It passes. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Okay, we have a second item on the agenda. The BOZA Resolution 2011-01, a resolution to amend the rules of procedure for the Board of Zoning Appeals. And I think each board member has a copy. There are some questions that have been raised about it, and I will make the motion to defer consideration of that resolution until our next meeting so that the city recorder will have a chance to coordinate with Kyle and Kristen and Tommy and whoever else to consider that. And I would encourage board members to take a close look at it too, and if you have any comments, to submit them to Bruce well and before our next meeting so that next time it's presented, it will incorporate whatever changes need to be made. With the motion being made, do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor of deferring it for 1 month, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? None. Unanimous. Is there anything else for this board to consider?
Can I ask one question?
Certainly.
Who submitted these questions?
I did.
Thanks. Okay.
Okay. If there is no objection, this meeting is now adjourned.
Call the meeting to order. Laverne, December 27th, regular meeting of the Laverne Planning Commission. Proper quorum has been determined. I ask for approval of minutes from November 29th, 2011.
Motion to approve.
I have a motion to approve. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. First, we have old business. Final plat, re-subdivision, Lot 10, Heritage Valley, 9.4 acres. Property located at 808 Park Court South, tax map 14 North, Group B, parcel 34, and tax map 18 Charlie, Group A, parcel 38, R3 R3 zoning district. Property owned by Bruce Atborough and the Heritage Valley Homeowners Association staff.
Once again, we have received a request to defer this item until the January 2012 Planning Commission meeting. Mr. Eichbauer's attorney had undergone some heart surgery and he was out of the office for about 6 weeks. According to Mr. Eichbauer, the attorney is preparing the ownership information, which would be the final item that would complete his submittal. So I have a sense, though, that he's going to ask for one more deferral until February, and that will be his final request. He knows that the commission is starting to get impatient with his lack of ability to prepare. So I think February will be the final time we'll actually hear it. And he did send me an email stating that he wanted it to be heard in February at the latest. So whether or not he'll be able to prepare everything for the January meeting, I don't know, but he has at least sent us an email requesting that it be deferred till January at this moment. So that's where we stand on that one.
Okay, with that being said, as we discussed in our last meeting, we'll discuss it further and in detail on January at the meeting. Deferral is granted. Next, we have new business. Final plat, re-subdivision, Lot 2, Howard Span subdivision, 1.18 acres. Property located at 5479 Murfreesboro Road, tax map 18B, Group C, parcel 1, C2 zoning district. Property owned by Howard Span. Ms. Consent.
Okay, after the workshop, at the workshop, we had 29 technical items for this final plat, and Mr. Spain has also asked to defer this item until the next meeting to ensure that he has time to address all the technical items. So we may hear from him in January 2012.
Was that January 12th?
2012.
Well, January, okay.
Yeah, the
What,
next.
have we had any other deferrals on this one?
No, not, not in the last couple months. I
Okay.
guess this came about a couple years ago as well, in sort of a similar fashion. So-
Okay, I have a deferral. Next, we have a final plat re-subdivision, Lot 2, Air Park subdivision, 7.26 acres, property located at 5605 Murfreesboro Road, tax map 18 Foxtrot, Group Alpha, Parcel 1, C2 zoning district, property owned by A Plus Storage, Laverne LP. Ms. Costanza?
Okay, the initial submittal had 21 technical items, the great majority of which were addressed at the beginning of last week. However, we still are awaiting information on the water line extension, so they have also requested deferral till January 2012.
Okay, we have a deferral. Number 4, site plan. I know I'm gonna mess that up. What is it? Acurus?
Iroquois Industries?
Iroquois, I like that. Okay, see what this. Iroquois Industry addition, 4.2 acres, property located at 118 Wheeler Street, tax map 18 Kilo, Group Alpha, parcel 1.10, I-1 zoning district, property owned by Iroquois Industries. Ms. Costanza?
Okay, this item had about 20 technical items at the workshop. When we explained to the designer that there was a stream present, he decided that he definitely needed more time to deal with the stream bank buffer. He has to reconfigure the whole thing, so he has also asked for a deferral till 2012, January.
Okay, deferral granted. And next we have our bonds and letters of credit update. Mr. Brown.
Mr. Chairman and members of the board, basically went forward on the point. They had some letters of credit that was going to expire December 15th. If you'll remember the workshop, they did get those renewed, received those. Received an email from the bank on Woods at Martin Ben. They're working on that renewal, so we should get it any day now. And then I'll be in contact with developer Blake Forest Phase 61. I believe that's one that automatically renews. If not, I'll be in contact with them to get that renewed.
Do you have any questions from the members? Thank you very much.